responding to a comment here, but I wanna make it clear before I even show the comment that it is a shaming, victim shaming comment, because it's basically saying, well, they are not bothering you anymore, so shut up. But they are bothering me. And they claim that these people only bother me when I go after them, but that's not true either, because I didn't know who they were when they began making these full-length documentary movies about me that I have been attacked for the last year and a half. So, okay. Oh, I hit the wrong thing, sorry. You need to stop blaming the creators for what people say in your comments. They're not the same people. When you make your gamer streams or go to Pride or whatever, they don't bother you. It's not until you make videos like this, blaming them for everything or what people in the comments say, then they cover you again, in turn causing you more negative comments. The commenters are just indiscriminate, marauding horde of maniacs. It's the internet. It's not a safe space. It's the Wild West. Best you can do is lock your door and hope for the best. Block and ignore or switch them off. I think you're worried that you won't make money from the content that's not about misery, so you keep doing it. You're trapped yourself in a perpetual cycle of sadness. Switch off the comments, make content that doesn't make you sad, and go to your doctor. Accept whatever they tell you. Take the medication they give you, and sort yourself out. If they only talk about me when I talk about them, then what is this? This video that was made a full year ago, that is 3 hours long, that is still on YouTube, unedited. There's nothing in that video to say that I'm not a murderer. There's nothing in that video to say that I'm not a drug addict. There's nothing in that video to say that I am mentally unwell. Because they made this video to say that I am a drug-addicted, lazy, manipulative murderer who was just choosing to be homeless for 5 years of my life. And I received hate and harassment because of this specific film every single day. Every single day of my life. I received harassment because of that movie that is still up on YouTube that I can do nothing about, that spreads defamating, slanderous lies about me. And I can prove that it comes from that movie because the person that's following me to other comment sections, two of them that followed me, because this one ended it with, "You got this, Mayo," which means that they're also an Adonis Paul fan. And this person up here, oh, well, considering Mayo, that you got away with what you got with the guy who committed the murder and also allowed him to meet up with a 16-year-old. Oh, yeah, you're such a sweet little saint. I hope more people see the Mayo documentary. The Mayo documentary. I hope more people see the Mayo documentary. Yeah, keep telling yourself that Adonis Paul is not responsible for this type of harassment when people are constantly saying, watch the Mayo documentary. You should see Mayo. That's what you need to watch. So if they only fuck with me when I bother them, why did that movie come out? Why does that movie exist? Because I was not making videos about Adonis Paul before he started making videos about me. I was not making videos about Daywave Radio before they started making videos about me. I was making videos about my existence on this planet. And they took my videos and began twisting them into something that demonized me. I was not talking to any of them when this began. I was not watching their shows. I was not friends with them. They found me. They stole my content. They twisted my life into their disgusting narrative, and they are continuing to do so by keeping those movies up so that everybody can watch them and see the horrible things that these people believe I've done that I have not done. The creators influence them. Yes, they do. Nobody would be calling me a murderer if it was not for these films that were made about me. Nobody would be accusing me of being with a 16-year-old or letting somebody be with a 16-year-old if these videos were not made about me. Nobody would be harassing me and attacking me for the things that are in these movies if they had not been made about me. If they were not online, nobody would be attacking me for them and leading other people to go watch them for further harassment of me. Well, in some cases, no doubt. But the fact circles us back to the start from when I said the creators only cover her when she talks about them. Only cover me when I talk about them. They never made a fucking full-length movie about me before I knew who they were. None of them do if she's just playing games, do they? Commenters might bother her on those posts, but I've seen it happen. But that's YouTube. Every comment thread is a dumpster fire. If she speaks negatively about a creator, then they should comment for themselves. I was not watching their videos before they began harassing me. I was not watching their videos. They chose me. They came after me. They made these movies about me. And now their commenters come and harass me on a daily basis. And if I speak out about it to tell people that it's happening, they threaten that it'll just get worse. And I'm bringing it on myself by not letting it go. How am I supposed to let it go when there are people in this world that believe that I look like that? There are people in this world that look at me and believe that I have great teeth and I'm 400 pounds and I never take care of myself and I've murdered people and I'm just this horrible human being that doesn't deserve to be alive. That's what they have portrayed me as, and they were portraying me as that before I knew who they were. It is not my fault that these people found me and decided to begin torturing me and trying to make me kill myself. Nobody forces somebody to be cruel. Nobody forces anybody to be cruel. You wake up every day of your life and you choose whether you want to be a cruel or a kind person. Nobody forces anybody to make 3-hour-long documentaries about a homeless woman struggling to exist in this fucking world. Nobody is forcing them to make these films. Nobody is forcing them to do this to me. They are choosing to do this to me. They are choosing to be cruel. They are choosing to spread lies. They are choosing to try to push me to kill myself. Because they're the ones that are making money. And one of the comments said that they think that I make too much money, and that's why I won't just stop, because I make too much money. So I'm going to show y'all exactly how much money I have made this month. And it's going to really overwhelm you, I think. Okay, so this is my wallet. Everything that I've gotten this week or last week will be shown here. On June 12th, I had $10 from a friend that I asked for it from. That was not a donation to help me or be a friend or anything. It was because I specifically asked my friend for $10. That was the last donation I got, and it was days ago. Today's the 16th, so it was 4 days ago. So no, I'm not here because I'm receiving donations. I'm not here because I'm getting a lot of money off of it. They get money off of what they're doing. I get nothing but people telling me to kill myself every day. And I don't do this to them. Y'all say, well, if you wouldn't talk about them, how do I not talk about them when they ruined my life? How do I not talk about them when I wake up every day to death threats because of them? I wake up every day to people that want me dead because these people made these movies about me for money. How am I not supposed to ever talk about that? And why should they get away with it? Why should they get away with it just because they can intimidate and bully their victim into shutting up about it? Just because they can say, yeah, we did these awful things to you, and now you have to live with the life we created and destroyed for you. But if you talk about it, we'll punish you further and say that it's your fault because you just couldn't stop telling people what we did to you. Well, that's just going to have to be a fight, isn't it? Because that's something that my family has been fighting with me my whole life. Because I don't shut up when somebody hurts me. I haven't shut up about what my family has done. Why would I ever shut up about what Adonis Paul has done? Not as long as his followers are still attacking me. Not as long as those movies still exist. Not as long as there is a single human being on this planet that believes I murdered somebody. I can never let it go. I'm waking up every day being called a murderer because of this man. And you want me to just let it go? No. I'll take it to my grave. I'll scream out until the day that I die that what he did was wrong and that he lied and that I don't deserve to be treated like this. I will scream out until I am dead. You don't get to decide that your victim isn't allowed to speak out about what you've done. It's a fucked up life. It's a fucked up world where abusers can do things like this and then just intimidate and threaten their victim into not calling the police or not telling anybody. Well, I'm not intimidated and I'm not threatened. I have nothing left in this world but my voice and my story. And I'm going to use both and speak out until I die. And if they don't like that, they should probably start putting out retractions, taking down films, and stop spreading lies to destroy the life of somebody who has done nothing to them except be poor and ugly and stupid and crazy, and gather them a lot of money with their lies about me to make my poor, ugly, stupid, crazy life even worse than it already was. I was homeless for 5 years before I got into Section 8, and now I can't even feel comfortable to turn this place into a home because those movies exist and they make people hate me, and they have my address. They give out my address to people to send men to rape me. Keep telling me that I can just get over this. Keep telling me that it's okay that I sometimes wake up afraid that a man is going to show up and hurt me because of the things that these people have done. Keep telling yourself that it's okay. Because I'm not a real person. I was a real person because before these people found me and created the new narrative that I'm just a murderer. I used to be a real person. I used to be a real human being, living in a truck, taking medications, trying to get help. And now because of their movies about me, all I am is a murderer and a liar and lazy and a thief and just the worst trash that the world could ever produce. Because that's what they want me to be seen as, so that nobody will ever believe the truth. The truth is that I was severely abused my entire life. During childhood, my marriage, and the murder. And then I was homeless. And now this is just another chapter in my life of abuse and abusers who refuse to take accountability and blame their victim for the pain that they continually put on them. It's not right. And if I wasn't poor, I could do something about it. If I had the money for a civil lawsuit, I could do something about it, and I could win. The lies in those films have created an environment of hatred on my channel that I can't feel comfortable with. And you'll say, well, YouTube isn't a safe space. I used to have a safe space there. I used to have friends there. I used to have support there. I also used to have a therapist and a doctor, and y'all took that away from me. Keep saying you didn't, but you did. Bernice Morgan specifically wrote in and tried to have my therapist's license taken away because of the movies that Adonis Paul made about me, convincing her that I did not actually have the mental health issues that I was diagnosed, medicated, and in treatment for. Keep telling yourselves that they have done nothing to actually fuck my life up.